Hey guys, welcome back. Vijay Persaud, Aspire Higher Health and Fitness. Thank you again for joining me again today for another Christmas episode. But truthfully, this one's Christmas, yes, because it's the holiday, so Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday Season, greetings, all that good stuff. But this is also regular run-of-the-round-year things. So let's get right into it. I know some of you will probably be excited as soon as I say this. Weed, marijuana, cannabis, the devil's lettuce. I love that name actually. That was just one of my favorites, the devil's lettuce. It makes it sound, I don't know, it just sounds great. Anyway, no, I am not going to be smoking weed on this video. No, I'm not going to show you how to make weed butter. But, especially for my athletes out there, marijuana is legal now. So let's not be weird about it. Let's talk about it as it is. It is a very healthy and beneficial thing from many perspectives. So let's go right into it. With marijuana, what do we get when we use it? We get hungry, the munchies. So let's take care of how can we take care of those munchies and at the same time not derail our training, not derail our fitness, not derail our nutrition. That's what today's about. I've got a bunch of recipes that we're going to be going through, but today I'm going to do two of them for you. One savory, one sweet. What I'm going to be preparing for you guys today, this is a nice grab and go snack. When you're already high, you probably don't want to start cooking. Generally it doesn't go well. Sometimes it might, you never know, people get creative. But just to be on the safe side, pre-plan, just like our meals, right? You prep your meals, let's prep our snacks in case we're ever indulging a little bit, especially as we get to those holiday seasons. Probably going to indulge a little bit more. So let's prep those and start off right here. So I'm going to start off with our savory one. Probably already know this, got this green vegetable in front of me here, or fruit. Anyway, zucchini. What I'm going to be doing here, zucchini chips. So yes, as always, I do have my food processor with me, but what I'll do first, I'll show you what we're doing. So, and behind me, see this, there's actually zucchini already prepared, or prepped, sorry, for what we're going to use, but I am going to be cutting these very thin, very small. So what I'm going to do, remember, hook those fingers back. You're making very thin slices because we want to get zucchini chips. So I don't know if you can see that, very, very thin is what we're slicing up here. So again, you're just hooking those fingers back so that we don't cut them. Nice, tiny, thin chops. So this is what we're going to be using for our zucchini chip. Now the reason why I have this here is because you can slice them that way. If you have a mandolin, those work as well. Or you can always take a nice and easy way. Want to pop this in here and nice and easy and nice and quick. Voila! Nice, fast. Next one going. Probably saw it was way faster than going one at a time. So that's what we're doing here. You pop those in that food processor. Make sure you turn it off. Make sure you unplug it before you pull that blade out. That way we have no risk of any other issues. Get those out of the way. And just like the ones I cut by hand, pretty much the same. I'm sure you can see exactly what they look like when I hold it up that way, right? Anyway, that is how we are chopping up our zucchini chips. So, what I'm going to do from there, wipe off my hands, I'm just going to come over here now, because this is, once they're cut, that's all you need over there. Again, these are already prepared, so that way you don't have to watch me chop a whole bunch of zucchini up. All I did, now, this is all just regular paper towel. Reason why I'm doing that is, I've got my zucchini that I've already done here. Some of these are a little longer because sometimes, it doesn't necessarily go perfect in there. Not a big deal, it's all going in the same place. Some are perfectly shaped, some are not. But I have them on my paper towel, and the reason why I did that and put the trays on top is you want to get rid of that moisture. So all I'm going to do once I've let them sit there for a while to kind of drain that water out, I'm just going to space these out. You don't have to actually space them out too much, you just want to put them on the tray so they're not overlapping, but try to get as many on there as you can. The more, of course, the better. And the thinner they are and the less water they have, the crispier they are going to get once we get them into our oven. So I'm literally just going to line them up as best as I can on my tray. So I'm going to get a few of these out here. And again, if you have any ones that are a little too thick or whatever, not a big deal, but you might get a few that are a little thicker, and if that's the case, they might come out a little bit more flimsy, which is not really the point of a chip. So get as much of that moisture out of there as you can. If you let them sit on that paper towel, way, way better. If you don't have the time, not going to kill anything. Anyway, get one of those, cover it up. Now these are my less perfect ones, but I'm just going to flip that over because underneath, where I have a whole bunch more, these are my more perfect circular ones. So I'm going to use some of these too because I still want some of those pretty looking chips when I get these all ready. So roll or line these up. Again, they can stay nice and close together so you don't have to worry about letting them, they're not going to expand or anything. If anything, they're going to shrink so they won't take up too much room, and space them out evenly. And nope, you're not just doing that. Yours got a few more, I said yours got, I don't know if I think I might have to go back to school and practice my English a bit more. Anyway, getting those on here. Once I have these lined up and spaced out, we're just going to give them a coating of olive oil. So that extra virgin olive oil is what we're going to use to bake them up. So I got a few of these lined up here. I know I'm talking a lot as I'm lining these up, and that's because this part is just the tedious lineup part. It's, you know, nothing overly fancy, or there's no rocket science involved in this. You're just making sure that you get as many as you can on the tray. Simple, easy, fast, quick, and they're going to taste pretty good. You can flavor them however you wish. Some people like certain flavors, and those you can stick for. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit boring when it comes to my flavor choices. I am one of those people who I absolutely love. If you ever see chips, if you're gonna eat them, I don't eat chips often because I'm more of a sweet tooth, but I like the 50% reduced salt chips more than any other chip. I know that seems so boring. It's almost like just eating a plain potato after you cut it, but for some reason, I love them. There we go. All right, got a bunch of these on my tray now, so I'm just gonna flatten this back out, and that way I can still use my workspace. So what I got here, so this little bowl, just there, my extra virgin olive oil, and I'm just gonna give a little wipe down to all these. You don't have to be super finicky with it. You don't have to be Van Gogh painting them up. Just make sure you get olive oil on every one, or else you might have a few that don't crisp up very nicely. So just pat them down with some of that oil. And again, make sure you don't miss a thing. And if you see any start to overlap or move when you're trying to get the oil on there, move them. You don't want them to cover up, or else that chip will not crisp up. There we go. That one done. And don't be too afraid if they get too much on one and not enough on the other. Not going to hurt anything. Don't you worry about it. Pretty simple, pretty easy. And remember, it's a weed snack. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right, there's one. Yeah, because let's be honest, when you're high, a lot of things taste pretty darn good no matter what, you know. You get those weird cravings and stuff, and, well, you indulge them when you're high because you don't really care as much. Well, I'm saying it as though everybody's the same way, but I don't know if you're like me because I don't care as much. All right, there we go. All covered up with my olive oil. Nice and liberal. Make sure nothing's touching or overlapping. There we go. So this is the easiest part here. Move that over. All right, so those are covered up, and now we're just going to make them taste however we want. So what I got today, regular salt. Get those all over it again. The more flavor you want, the more you add. So depending on who you are, some people say less is more. If you're like me, more is more, so whatever you want to do. There we go, there's my salt. And then, of course, can't have that without your liberal peppering. There we go, just regular pepper. Dry black ground pepper all over my zucchini chips. Here we go. And then this part. So this is just ground dill to make those zucchini get that little bit of flavor, sprinkle it all over. So I'm doing it this way because you don't want to go too much, but some people like to, you know, take it out and be all dainty and gentle. I don't, because there's really no need for it, and I'm not a chef. I'm not going to pretend to be. I'm someone who likes to play in the kitchen. All right, there we go. Get some of that dill all over so we get that dill flavor. And again, if you like other flavors, if you like white cheddar, if you like just plain whatever you want, that's what you're going to put on top of these to get that taste. And just like that, we are done. So this one, very simple, very quick, very easy. So I'm just going to pop those into the oven. Now when I pop these into my oven, this is set very low, because remember these are very thin, so you don't want them to burn. My oven is set at 235 degrees, and I'm going to put them in for quite a long time. So they're going in. I'm going to set my kitchen timer, 90 minutes. So an hour and a half, let those sit. I'm going to give a quick clean up here, and then let's get ready for our sweet treat. Be back in a sec. Much better. A little bit cleaner now. Alright, so that part's all set. We went through the savory. Time to get to the sweet stuff. This is more my area. This is the kind of thing I like here. Alright, so we still have that oven going. So now while we're getting that oven going, well, let's get into this. Next one, peanut butter oat bars. Again, a nice quick and easy way to prep a quick snack so that you can grab and go when you're feeling happy and creative and you need something to eat. So, starting things off, I'm just gonna turn my pot on. Now what I've got here, very simple basic ingredients. This one doesn't have to be baked at all. This is just a prep, and we're gonna chuck it in the fridge once we're done. So, I am just gonna grab my butter. About a tablespoon is all I'm going to use for this part here. So I'm just going to grab that butter, throw that in my pot, let it melt a little bit. I've already got everything pre-measured out, but of course when you go through it, just liberal is fine. If it doesn't come out perfectly the exact measurements, it's all about adjusting to taste, right? What I'm doing here, so I'm melting my butter so that it's going to break down, and then I'm going to toss in my other ingredients. So what I'm going to be throwing in here, after this butter melts down mostly, again, it doesn't have to be totally melted down, just I want it more liquefied so that way I'm ready to go to use it. So once I get that done, which is actually pretty quick once that heat's on high, so not a big deal. There we go. I'm going to toss in my peanut butter. So my peanut butter, I have got 1 cup, well, as you can see, a little heaping cup. So about 1 cup of peanut butter is going to go in here. There we go. Drop that in there. Make sure that we don't melt it. Now, if you find it starts to sizzle, we don't want to cook it too much. So if it starts to sizzle, then turn your heat down, because once it's melting, that's all we need. So there's my peanut butter in. There we go. So I will turn my heat down, because it is starting to smoke and I don't want it to get that sizzle, so I'm going to dust up that there. And then my next part, I've got half a cup of honey. So I want to melt these together so it's nice and smooth. There we go. And with that, scrape those corners, because if you're wanting sweet, don't lose a bit. And honey is finicky that way, so make sure you scrape that cup out so you don't drop any of it. There we go. Nice. And we're just going to let that all come together. So I'm just going to stir it around until it makes that nice smooth pasty, or not paste, cream that I want. Here we are. And it will go very fast, especially once you get that butter melted. So it won't take very long. But don't start mixing everything together until you get that nice smooth cream first. So once it's all broken down, that's when we're going to add the rest. And it won't take very long. As you can tell, this will be very quick when you're putting everything together. But make sure it's all incorporated together, so keep stirring so that way it's all one nice, completely melts together mixture. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's not taking long at all. While I'm talking to you, it's breaking down very fast, so you don't have to worry about it. Just try to make sure you don't boil it. So same thing, if it's going to start doing that, if it's going to start popping bubbles, just turn the heat down. As long as we keep it liquid, we're okay. There we are. Now it's nice and fully smooth liquid. Already got this prepped, so that is parchment paper and my 9x9 square. Grab my oats. So this is regular steel cut oats, and I want 3 cups of this. So this is my big binder, and this will always level itself out on its own because it's pretty fine, these grains. So this will measure out pretty evenly. So an even 3 cups is what you want out of here. There we go. And obviously, you probably can expect, we're just gonna stir that all together until it's fully incorporated. We want to get quite sticky, but still want to have that firmness that it's going to make a nice bar. There we are. I'm not going to lie though, you can get that nice smell of peanut butter and honey, which is one of my favorite things in the world. And we're cooking those just a little bit, but you don't want to cook them down, so you want them to be fairly firm once they go into our brownie pan. And there we are. Get that all nicely incorporated together. I can smell the peanut butter, smell the honey, you can see those oats sticking together. This is going to taste good once it's ready. Alright, push that all together, make sure you don't miss a thing. And I'm just going to turn my heat off. And then just going to toss it right in there, one big glob. See how smooth and firm it's coming out there? Making sure we didn't burn anything. You don't want to leave it on too long because you don't want to burn any of it, because that's not nice. You get that burn flavor when you expect something perfect. While it's still hot though, pack that down. Don't wait till it cools off, because you want to form into a perfect square. And it doesn't, well, I like perfect. It's my little issue. I want everything to be completely uniform, so I want to make sure it's completely warm when I put it into my pan. I use parchment paper because I don't want it to stick, and of course honey, peanut butter, those are very sticky substances, so force it into those corners, pack it right in there, and try to push down as much as we can. And there we go. It just kind of makes my mouth water just looking at it. That mouth. I said mouth. Again, one day I will learn how to speak properly. I'll learn talking good. If anybody didn't see Guardians of the Galaxy, that joke will not make sense. If you did, it was rock record. Alright, flatten that down here. Nice. And we've got our peanut butter bar almost ready. And I'm just going to push that off the side so I don't lose any of it on my spoon. Yum. Alright, there it is. So now, it's very simple. I'm going to take this just as it is. I'm going to chuck it in the fridge. Just that simple, just that easy. So, what am I forgetting? Alright, the fact that I'm impatient. So, what else works better than movie magic? What do we have? 75 minutes left there. That just has to chill till it's done. So, let's try this. Oh. Kind of jumped the gun a little bit there. My bad. As you can see, these are done. And they're perfect. Nicely sweet. Holding that perfect form. One thing I can suggest, keep them in the fridge. That way they make sure they hold that form the whole time. That they taste wonderful, beautiful, quick grab. As you can see, I already got started on them because, well, kiss my butt. I want to eat them. Anyway, that's the sweet. And of course, we got our savory. So open that oven up. And here they are. Our chips. So as I was saying, they were going to shrink a little bit, but take those off. Quite warm. I don't know if you can hear that. Nice and crispy. I've got a nice still taste, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Perfect for a quick grab. I'm not going to lie, what you see in front of you, that will last me like a minute and I'll be done. So that's why you have so many extras ready to make other flavors. This is that perfect quick grab, quick munchy meal after enjoying a little bit of that THC. Now remembering, THC is fat soluble, so make sure it gets in your system quicker. That's probably a good start because that way it'll get into your system and you'll take care of it with a nice healthy treat that won't break that diet and will still support that healthy lifestyle, going along with the beautiful benefits that cannabis brings. Some people don't have to like it, but the fact is truth, right? Anyway, thank you guys once again for joining me. Vijay Persaud, Aspire Higher Health and Fitness. Remember, Aspire Higher, it's about overcoming. Take care, we'll see you on the next video.